Week 9 is in the books. Dave Bear here with Danny Davis and Rick Cantu. As always, on Mondays we look back at the weekend that was in the high school football world and say what we learned and give a few game balls for the top performances in the area. Danny, let's start it off with you. What did you learn in Week 9 of the season?
Georgetown played Connolly, went up to Connolly, came back with a 47-0 victory, a nice little win for them. This Georgetown team, we know they went to the state championship game last year. We know that they had a lot of seniors on that team. And this year is kind of a question of how they're going to perform. Started the season well. Me and you were both there for that very bad loss to Elgin. They followed that up with another loss to Manor, and it looked like they were going to lose to Eastview a couple weeks ago, but they rallied to a win then. Since then, they've had 2 shutouts, beat Hutto by double digits, and I'm not saying we should pencil them in for another trip to Cowboy Stadium, but I do like the way they're kind of forming with the playoffs coming up. I think the Eagles can contend for a couple wins in the playoffs, and a couple weeks ago I would not have been saying that.
All right. Rick, what did you take out of Week 9?
Well, if I learned anything, it's that I haven't been paying attention to Hayes High School. Hayes High School has quietly built a 7-2 record, a 5-1 record in district. They've got a new coach, Neil LaHue, who I had never heard of before this year. He was at San Antonio Roosevelt for 6 years. He was the quarterback of Texas A&M Kingsville. They've won 5 games in a row. They're looking good. They're hot. They're averaging 36 points a game. Hayes High School, the Rebels, they've got a good team this year.
All right. Who gets your game ball for the top performance in the area, Rick?
I'm going to go with Keith Jerome. He's a running back from Marble Falls. We've been saying Marble Falls a lot lately, by the way. You talk about offense, 297 yards rushing, 7 touchdowns. Reminds me of Nick Foles. 7 touchdowns, 5 rushing, 2 receiving. It's hard to beat those numbers.
Danny, what about you?
My guy didn't have that good of a night, but Tyrone Owens, if you picked up the paper on Saturday, you were reading it, and you saw a kid from Manor named Tyler Ellis with 4 touchdowns. You're like, oh, that's a little weird. Tyler Ellis, he's a wide receiver, but actually Tyrone Owens is wearing Tyler Ellis' number this year. Tyler's a little dinged up. He's out with an injury, so Tyrone thought he'd honor him. Threw on the number 15 jersey, rushed for 230 yards, 4 touchdowns on 17 carries. Had a good game. They ran over 41-7 win over Hutto. So it's amazing he doesn't have a scholarship, or he hasn't committed to a school yet. He's over 1,000 yards. Maynard's 8-1, and he had another good game on Friday.
There you have it. Make sure you come back to statesman.com later in the week. We'll preview Week 10, the final week of the regular season. We'll see you.